Okay, hey friends, I want to show you today how to sit at the machine. Very important, very important. I don't care how fast you write on the machine. If you don't know how to sit, you're not going to be writing fast for very long because your health very much plays a part of longevity and you want to be able to sit properly, not just for your health, but also you look more professional, you look more confident the way you sit, the way you stand, the way you carry yourself. So let me show you how to do that today. Everything here is in my opinion. I'm not some kind of expert in sitting in chairs or anything like that. This has just been what worked for me. What I like to do is I like to find a good chair. By a good chair, I mean you have like a little pad with you to sit on, some extra support. You've got a back brace of some kind back here. That, to me, if the chair isn't good, you want to make it good, or you just want to sit in an already good chair. For me, a good chair would probably be a recliner, like in a living room or something. That's a good chair to me. But obviously, in an office setting, I like things with arms on it, so that way I can. Did you just ask that question? Is that what we're gonna go with? You want that in the No. I like something with arms. A lot of times, sometimes I'll pick something without arms just so I can move around, especially in trial, go wherever I kind of want to go. So when you're sitting in a chair, let's say you've brought all of your pillows, your back braces, which is something you can do. Don't let somebody tell you can't bring back support to a litigation proceeding. Don't let them tell you that. When I sit in a chair, I've got long legs, okay? So this works for me. I like to sit in the middle to the edge of the seat, usually about the middle. Let me back up a little bit for you. I like to sit in the middle of the chair because I don't want to sit all the way back here, even though I can fit, my feet still touch the ground, but there's going to be too much leaning forward. It's going to strain my lower back. That's all I kind of care about, my low back, okay? I don't want to put too much pressure on my low back, and the way I avoid that is by sitting in the middle of the chair. That way my bottom and thighs work together to support my back. So if I'm just sitting, back, like this, it hurts. It's gonna hurt my back in the long run. Or if I sit too far forward, like in some kind of like S formate, we're not, why are we sitting like this? Relax. You should feel pressure on your bottom part, your butt, and your thighs. Don't sit on one or the other. They're meant to work together. We got that sorted out. So when you find the perfect position in your chair, which is going to take more than once, more than twice, several tries to find your perfect position, I want you to have your back where it should be. Your back should be straight. Why are we writing like this? This doesn't make you look professional or make you feel good. You don't want to sit like this. We are not trying to sit like that. We want to sit just straight. Don't overthink it. It's nothing to be overthought. Just sit like this. You want your shoulders, you don't want them tense. You don't want them up here. We're not in the military. Relax. Just pretend. We've done this 1,000 times. This is as easy as pie. Cherry pie with whipped cream. Warm in the microwave for anyways. Relax your shoulders and sit straight. Just practice this. Just pretend you don't even have a machine. Just have a conversation with somebody and have good posture. After you've got that down, where do you want your machine? I don't want my machine out here. First of all, why is it all the way out here? Even if it's less exaggerated, even if it's far away from me, it's gonna put strain on my chest, okay? I don't have heart problems. I just don't know how to sit at the machine. I've got chest pain. I don't want it too close in because I'm going to be thrown off. I'm not going to be able to write as fast, and it's just too close, and it back up a little bit, all right? I want my machine at a good length to where my wrists aren't bent at all. That's the number one thing that I want to stress to you is your wrists, because carpal tunnel can catch up to you faster than you think. I've already got pains going down my forearms. I've got it in my neck. I've got it in my back, everywhere, all right? The beginnings of carpal tunnel, you want to avoid that, and it's still a reversible thing if you catch it soon enough. So you want it maybe like at your knees-ish, around there, your tripod area around your knees. I really hope you can see this because I cannot see that far. And so I want my elbows don't have to be touching my body. Sometimes they can be out a little bit, just so I can have good wrist health at my machine. I'm assuming you already know where to put your fingers on the machine. Make sure that your fingertips, not your finger pads, are on the machine. This is how you're going to help keep your wrists straight. The tips are on the keys. Make sure your machine isn't a little to the left, a little to the right. Even if it's very slight, you don't even notice. If it's in one direction or the other, your wrists will tell you soon enough. If you're having wrist pain, it's probably because you're too close in, you're too far out, or you're one direction or the other. It takes practice, but I promise you will get the hang of it after a certain while. So let's say I found the perfect, I'm sitting good and my machine's at the perfect length. How am I going to sit like this the whole time, the whole trial? Am I going to sit just like this the whole time? How are you doing? How's your day? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. I'm going to sit like this the entire time. I have to be conscious, though, to not make sure I'm leaning too forward, to make sure I'm not leaning too far back. I'm not sitting like this. My machine went over a little bit. I didn't even notice it. It's a constant monitoring of how your body is, where your machine is, and making sure that you don't have any long-term effects, just to be long-term discomfort, just to be temporarily comfortable. That's kind of all of life, isn't it? So this is how I sit at the machine. So if you and I were talking, we're having a conversation, and I'm your reporter, my feet are always on the ground. I usually have them like either crossed over my tripod, or I just have them, side by side, but either way, I have the support on my butt, on my thighs, so I'm just sitting here comfortable. How's it going? This is how I'm writing the entire time, all the 8 hours. It may be uncomfortable for you for the beginning, but you'll adjust, you'll adapt. How high up do you want your machine? It really depends on who you are, what your comfort level is. My mother, all right, my mother, she's got her machine all the way up here, but it works for her. Her wrists are still straight. Everybody is a different height, people got short, long arms. Really depends. Find the one that works for you. I've seen some reporters, some speed champions, with their machine below their knees, almost touching the ground. Their machine is real low, but it works for them. Their wrists are straight. They still have a good posture. They can do it. How I like my machine? I like mine around my knee area. That way it's usually under a desk, so I can keep a good stash of pistachios right here, like a Snickers bar or like some Swedish fish or something like that. Nobody's view. But it's still good. It's around my knee area, and I can still keep my wrists straight. They're not supposed to be straight like up and down. They're going to intersect. If they were to intersect, they would go in that direction. There you go. Just like that. If you have any other questions, I think I might have covered everything, but if you have anything else, let me know. But I think otherwise it's pretty straightforward, not too much. You just give yourself a chance to adjust, to adapt. Don't give up on your posture. Don't give in. Don't do just what seems comfortable at the moment, because this pain, you can get pain right here. You can, right in the neck. It's rude, right here. It hurts the most. Get it in, like I said, in your forearms and your low back. Do anything and everything to protect your back. You can get it in your chest area. You can get it, honestly, wherever you're not sitting correctly is gonna hurt. So I'm gonna let you go for now, and hopefully this helped as much as it could. Bye, guys.